Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Taylor Show, the show where we say things 3 times until it makes sense. And today is no exception because ting, 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 we need to go and get our favorite costumes, get your highest body count hair that you can, and your favorite cabaret soundtrack because I have none other than Britani Bateman here with me today. Hi, Britani.
Yay! Hi! Hello, hello, hello! I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to chat with you, and especially because you are going to be at 54 Below August 30th, 31st, and September 2nd doing a cabaret show.
That's right. Yeah, I'm coming back to 54 Below. I had so much fun last year in December doing 2 shows back to back and sold out. We had a total blast and I just can't wait. I just can't wait to go back. Give everyone a squeeze. I can't wait.
I can't wait for you to be back. So, of course, prior to this interview, I did my social media stalking. And Britani, you were a big deal in Japan.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I mean, yes, I love Japan. I love Japan. Special place in my heart. I lived there for a year. I did Tokyo Disneyland and a bunch of movies and TV shows and stuff.
Bayside Shakedown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of soap opera. It was a Japanese soap opera.
I was watching it. I don't speak Japanese, but I love it. I was loving
Oh, I
it.
love it. Good. Good.
When we see Britani Bateman, right now a lot of people may think, okay, we're thinking the costume, we're thinking high body count hair, we're thinking Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But your career, and this is incredibly inspiring to me as a woman in entertainment and media, your career started way before Housewives was even a thought in your mind. So we talked about Japan and working for Disney, but you grew up in a pretty musical household, right? Like, tell us how it all started. Where did this come from?
Well, I mean, my parents met in 2 bands and a battle of the bands in Park City. Do you know where Park City, Utah is by chance? Have
Yeah,
you heard of Park City? So
I
they met
have.
in Park City, competing in competing bands, and then they fell in love, formed their own band, had 5 kids. I'm the oldest. And my mom started teaching us all arpeggios when we were in the crib, like la 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 is an arpeggio. And we could all sing before we could even talk. And so we formed this. I mean, I've been performing on stage since I was 4. So in their band, and then we formed a family band. Like we sang and danced and played instruments and toured all over the US. I mean, it was great. It was very bonding for all of us. We're still really, really close. And then I went to BYU, graduated in musical theater, did a bunch of theater, did a bunch of movies, and then dropped it for a while. Did real estate for about 7 years until season 6 or season 5 rather of Housewives. Housewives was kind of my reintroduction to anything in the arts. And I was singing on the ski slopes, something from Into the Woods, Sondheim, and my producer in New York reached out to me and was just like, hey, do you have any interest in doing a 1 woman show? I heard you singing Rapunzel from Into the Woods on the ski slopes. And I was just messing around. I was just like, just like doing my thing, skiing. I didn't even know the cameras were picking that up or sound was picking that up, but I sing when I get nervous. It kind of helps relax me. And so the rest is history. A year later, I had a 1 woman show. I debuted at 54 Below with a lot of the other housewives came to support me and be in my show, which was incredible. So kind. And yeah, and now I'm returning to 54 Below. They want me back for 3 nights in a row this time. So sold out. And this year I expect to be no different.
Incredible. I love the story of the ski slopes and you just being you and just like singing and like being yourself. And that's something that I noticed watching you on television for as long as I have is you, and you can tell me if I'm completely wrong. You can be like, Taylor, go kick rocks. That's not how I am. But you seem like you're always like this. Like you are just authentically yourself. And if someone doesn't like it, you're very okay, I am who I am. I'm comfortable in my skin. And that is really powerful, especially for young women that are watching the show.
I love that. I love that take. In fact, you know what? At the end of my show, I'll give you a little teaser. I come on and say, if I had a tagline, this is what it would be. And then I launch into this song called I Am What I Am. I'm not kidding you. That could not have been better timing for you to say that. So
Oh my God.
I know.
That is
Yeah, but it's true.
incredible.
It's true. I've gotten, the one of the good things that has come out of Housewives is just getting a thicker skin and not caring if people like me or not, because I have no control over that. I'm just, it's better to be who you are and be disliked than be people pleasing, because you'll never get everyone to like you anyway. So why not just be yourself and people either like you or not?
That's so powerful. And I think it's so powerful, especially for my listeners to hear, because we do have girls from like 16, 17, 18 years old, and they'll come up to me and say, okay, I'm going through a friendship breakup, or I don't know, I don't have any role models in what I want to do when I grow up. And it's like, oh my God, I'm so happy that like this is a safe space for you to try to find that. And my husband will tell anyone, he'll say, oh my God, Brittany is Taylor's favorite housewife because of just the way that she is. Like, just being so yourself. I cannot say it enough that, like, you just don't see that on reality television.
Oh my gosh, I am so honored. I am so honored because you are just darling, and I love that you're such a role model for young women. I think that is fantastic. You are the perfect role model. I feel like you and I are a lot
Oh,
alike too. Maybe
I
that's
think so
why
too.
we have a connection here, because you don't care either, You're just
Yeah.
sweet and kind and effervescent and a great role model to just be exactly who you are. So,
Oh, I have tears in my eyes, Brittany. I'm gonna cry. So before I cry, what do you think something, because this is a question that I think about a good bit just in my own life and my career. But what do you think is something that being in your 50s right now, if you could go back and tell 29, 30-year-old Brittany, what would you tell her?
wow. Oh, so much. I I mean, it's so hard because it's like you only get the rules, sorry. You only understand, I'm not being articulate right now. You only get it when you get it. And it's hard to tell a young person believe in yourself when you've got all these life experiences coming at you and your brain isn't fully formed anyway, and you've got raging hormones and all the things. But the one thing I wish I could go and instill in myself somehow is just believe in yourself. Like know what you want and go after it with everything that you've got, and know that when you walk into, like, for instance, an audition, I'm kind of rambling here, but like I used to get so nervous for auditions and I would self-doubt myself like crazy. But then at some point in my career, I realized that the people on the other side of the table actually need you to be amazing. They want you to blow their socks off. They want to love you. And so if you just be exactly who you are and feel their desire for you to be great, you will be great. You'll do your best. And I think that goes with everything, with friendships, with business relationships. The more you can love yourself and know that people want you to be your best, the better you'll be. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but I think a lot of people assume that everyone wants them to fail, and it's not true. And if there's people that want you to fail, you shouldn't be around them anyway. So,
Yeah, because I feel like, especially as women, sometimes we feel the need to fit into certain groups. And if this person doesn't like you, then it's the end of the world and nothing, you cannot come back from that because that person doesn't like you. And then they have three friends that are like, Taylor sucks and you should never be friends with her. So it's a lot like emotionally to feel confident in yourself enough to say, I'm okay because I like me.
yeah, it's so hard. I mean, I know that you're still really young, but if you could go back 5 years, wouldn't you want to tell yourself, just be yourself and love yourself? And who cares what people think? And you hope, and then just assume that everyone wants you to be great, wants you to be your best. That's what I wish I
Yes.
could go back and slap into myself, slap into my younger self, because I just went through so much self-doubt back in the day. And I'm
I
pretty
I've
actually
been there.
quite confident now.
Yes. I if I go back 5 years and I think, and this is one of the most defining moments of my career, was I started in major market radio, and I have my degree in education. So I'm a special ed teacher by trade. I decided I didn't want to be a teacher and I was going to pursue entertainment and media. My boyfriend at the time, back in college, he had an interview at a radio station. The morning of, he was like, I'm not going. I'm not going to go. I said, you're not going to go. You're going to waste these people's time. So I jumped in my car. I drove to the city and I went instead of him. They were like, who are you, little girl? Why are you here? End of the day, they were like, you can stay for a week. I stayed for 5 years. But during my first week there, I was the only woman on the floor. And they said, we were in studio, and they said, Taylor, can you leave the studio? I said, why? They said, because we have to tell a joke, and you won't think it's funny. And that moment, I was like, I will never be ousted from a room ever again because I'm just a little girl. Ever again.
Wow. So what
Isn't
did you
that
do? Did you
wild?
leave or did you stay? That's wild.
I stayed. I stayed. I was
Oh,
like,
you
that's kind of
did.
crazy. Yeah. I was
Good
like, I'm
for
never going to
you.
like feel like that again. I have to build myself up. I have to be strong enough to say, I'm not leaving. If the joke's inappropriate where you shouldn't say it in front of me, maybe you shouldn't say it
Eh,
at all.
then you shouldn't say it at all. High five.
Yeah,
High
right.
five.
Yeah, girl.
Good for
But it's
you.
because
Well,
of
it sounds like you started strong. My goodness. Like you've started strong. You don't need
it's
these
because
lessons, apparently.
Oh, trust me, Brittany, I definitely do. I definitely do. But when we're thinking of other cabaret or other musicians that have come from the Bravo universe, you have Luann, you have Erica Jane, even Melissa Gorga, Sheena Shea. If you had to collaborate with one of them, you guys were going to create a pop song, say a pop song, and you had to collaborate with one of those women, who would you want to do it with?
Literally any of them. I met
Love it.
Sheena at BravoCon and we did some really fun little TikToks together. She is so darling.
So
She's
cute.
the only one I know. Well, actually, Melissa and I performed together in their Christmas special, in the BravoCon Christmas special last year. Was it last year? My gosh, time flies. But that, yeah, I mean, all of them, any and all of them. I think they're all so talented. So, and it would be so fun one of these days to get them to come perform in my show, or, if they wanted to ask me to be in their show. I think that would just be a hoot. A hoot.
It could be like the American Idol tour, but it's just the Bravo babes. And then it's like a full like tour
Oh,
concert.
love, love. That's amazing. I give you the credit for this. That is happening. That is totally, totally happening. One of our so this is the Ting 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 tour, and it is followed on this season of Housewives. This season follows my journey for the Ting 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 tour, which is super exciting. They've never done that before. Um, they followed my real estate, but this is a new development for me. And one of the stops on the Ting 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 tour is very, very Housewives coded. So I can't reveal exactly what it is yet, but I am so excited. And that actually, Taylor, would be the perfect moment to do some kind of collab or crossover. Ah, you thought of
Yes.
this. I cannot wait. You've got to fly out and see this. This is your idea. You're the producer on this, babe.
I love it. I will be there. Make sure you have your team send me the details.
I will. I absolutely will.
So
You
I
heard it
have to
here. You
say,
heard it here.
yeah, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. No, I have to say the ting 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 is one of those phrases that is going to live in my memory. Like it scratches an itch in my brain, similar to Sutton Strack saying, name them, name them, name them. Like it's just one of those brain rot things that I absolutely love. Another one of my favorite brain rot phrases that I love is what about me? Because Brittany,
Yes.
for the past 6 years in my life, I've been saying that as a joke. I go, but what about
No,
me? What does this have to do with me? What about me? So when you came out with this, I was like,
stop it
she
right now.
sees me. I was like, this is the big sister I never had and I need. Like, I love this. So tell me,
Oh
how'd you
my,
come up with the name? How'd you come up with what
I
about
have
me?
no I had no idea. That is so hilarious. You must have died in that moment when you watched that. I can only
I was
imagine.
I was texting everybody. They're like, Taylor, we don't watch the Housewives. I'm like, but if you did, you'd get it.
Yeah. No, it was so perfect in the moment. It wasn't planned. It's not like I planned to like, weirdly stand up and awkwardly yell, "What about me?" and throw my napkin down. That was just totally, yeah, it was a surprise to all, including me. And I I just thought the show would be perfectly named What About Me, because I mean, well, duh, what about me? And it's a show all about sort of my career, my progress, and there's a lot of nods to Housewives and a lot of songs about Housewives. I've written some original songs about Housewives and about my journey on Housewives. I wrote a song called What About Me, and I get to sing that live in the show. So, yeah, it'll be great.
Incredible.
Plus, I feel like it's something that everyone feels. Everyone's had a What About Me moment at least, probably 100 times in their lifetime at least. So
Yeah.
it's relatable.
When you're writing these original songs, do you ever get moments of, okay, I'm getting nervous because what if one of my castmates or someone I'm close with interprets this lyric in a way that was not meant to be, and then all of a sudden I'm getting annihilated again verbally?
Oh, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I may mostly not care what anyone thinks about me, but everyone cares. I mean, let's be real. Like
Yeah.
everyone, and no one wants to hurt someone else. And yes, so I am always kind of aware of that and a little wary of that. But I had a moment recently where I was thrown up onto a DJ booth, just for fun, just messing around. And then yeah, I was at a local restaurant here, and then again at Fire Island a couple weeks ago. And I thought, gosh, I hope that people don't think that I am, I don't know, poking fun or like doing anything derogatory in any way toward Meredith Marks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually called her and left her a message saying, "Hey, I think you're fabulous. And I love your show and I love your DJ. Even when you hit the unicorn pinata, even when you do that, which has been fun. I feel like, she pokes fun at me. I've poked fun at her. But this is not one of those moments. And I just want you to know, because I made the mistake before of not calling her about the nail tech situation. I just thought there's no way she's going to be upset about that. And it turns out she really was. So I made the mistake of not picking up the phone. So this time I definitely picked up the phone and I left her a voicemail. And yeah, I hope that that's taken okay. But yes, so yes, the answer is yes. I'm constantly concerned. I just care about other people's feelings, and
Yeah.
I I don't like the moments when I look back at when I've been mean or have disregarded someone's feelings. So,
Do you feel like that's typically reciprocated within your friend group? Outside and inside of TV, do you feel like your friends typically call you too and say, "Hey, Brittany, I said something. I don't want you to take it the wrong way. Love you so much."
sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
Bronwyn's called me a few times. Well, or has texted me like last season and the season before. Some do, some don't. I think it just depends on where we are in our friendship at the moment outside of
Mm-hmm.
filming, whether they're going to call me or not call me. But
Right.
Angie's done it. I've done it. Just like, hey, I mean, we all are concerned. Like if an episode goes down and yeah, I've gotten a phone call and I've made a phone call like, hey, I'm,
Mm-hmm.
when it airs, because we never know what's going to
Right.
air, but just, hey, sorry that looked so poorly. Sorry that looked so
Yeah.
bad.
You
I
want to say
meant it in
something
the
before
moment. I
Andy
don't mean
does.
it now. What's that?
I said, you want to say something before Andy Cohen does? And you're like, oh my God.
Fair, fair. No, but I mean, I think that just speaks to the fact that we really do care about each other.
Yeah. On that topic of friendships, now something that comes up in my show a good bit is, and it doesn't matter what the age is. I thought growing up that once I was in my late 20s, early 30s, that my friendships would always be solid, that I wouldn't really have to
Mhm.
worry about, it being rough waters. And more often than not, we get DMs, emails on this show about girls going through friendship breakups. Just because you've had so many relationships in the spotlight, what
Yeah.
advice would you give for girls going through a friendship breakup? How do you go about that?
As hard as it is, I think breakups happen for a reason. I think one person outgrows the other, or you grow apart, or
Hmm.
one person is vibrating higher and higher and the other person is stuck. Or, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. One person betrays and then you figure out that that person doesn't really have my back. I mean, it happens for a lot of reasons. And I think that we need to accept friendship breakups and accept that they
Yeah,
happen for a reason. And if there's a breakup, that just means that they weren't your people.
I love that. They weren't your people. And it makes space
Simple as
for
that.
more people, like better
It
people
just
in your
makes
life.
exactly. I mean, I think as I get older, my friendship group that I truly share the intimate details of my life with gets smaller and smaller and smaller for a reason, because there's less and less and less people that I truly trust that have, stayed the test of time, tried and true. I mean, you just learn more and more about each other. And I think it's really important that friendships, friendships get tested. And another thing that I've had friendship breakups even recently. And one thing that I've learned is like not everybody you think has your back. And as soon as you
Hmm.
learn who someone is, believe it. I think Oprah said that famously. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. So I've always been one to give someone another chance and another chance and another chance. But you just, and there's nothing wrong with that person. It doesn't mean you have to cut it off if you feel betrayed, but you just learn. You learn, and then you only share the deepest moments of your life with the people that will hold
Yeah.
space for it and hold it respectfully.
I absolutely adore everything about that. And I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people. It's hard to make that decision or
Hmm.
to go forward without that person in your life that you thought was going to be there for so long. But you're right. You have to know who people are, what to tell certain people. My mom always told me growing up, she was like, if you want to gossip about someone, come to me because I don't know any of your friends. I'm not going to school with you guys. Come to me, come talk to me and your dad and we'll shit talk all day long. But once you say it outside the house, someone's going to take it and twist it and make it look better in their favor. So yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn.
That is so true. Man, what great
Hmm.
advice. You have good parents. And for them to make it a safe place for you, that's incredible. My mom was my best friend too. I get that. My dad is too. He lives with me. So it's great.
That's awesome.
But yeah, your mom was right. Like you say things to a friend, it gets twisted. The telephone game, it's very Housewives. This all
Yes,
happens
yeah.
perfectly on Housewives. So you're mitigating that problem before it even becomes a problem. Good for you.
Oh my God, I love it. No, we were talking about the cabaret and your singing
Mhm.
career. I have to know, what are some of your favorite songs right now? Like, what are you listening to on repeat?
Oh gosh, so much. I love pop radio. I just love top 40. It's my favorite. I love Sabrina Carpenter. I love Taylor Swift. I love Olivia Dean. I love Olivia Rodrigo. The Olivias, the Olivia.
I love it. I love it.
I just made that up. And I mean Benson Boone. I'm just a sucker for all things pop radio. And I just dropped a single. I just wrote a single called What About Me and
Mhm.
dropped the single a week ago, and I'm excited. I haven't had time yet to like really launch it and post the big huge countdown and launch party, but I will. I've been just focused on the cabaret, but yeah, I'll sing that song live in my show, and I love it. It's just very very pop, which I've never done before. I've never recorded a pop song before. I've done Christmas, I've done musical theater, but this is my first pop single.
That is so exciting. Having a pop single it's just a whole nother layer to Britney. Like,
Yeah.
you do it all,
Yeah.
girl. Japanese soap operas, cabarets, reality TV. She's a pop star now. Like, I want to ask you to finish this sentence if you can. Womanhood is.
Womanhood is power. It's power, it's intelligence, it's emotional IQ, it's emotional EQ. it is, it's everything. Women are everything. I'm a little biased because I am one and I have two daughters, but women are the best. We really
Women
are.
are the
We rule
best.
the world. We rule the world. We're
I tell
life.
anyone that will
Womanhood
listen
is
that.
life.
So true. So true. Do your daughters tend to come to you asking for advice
Every day. Every
every
single
day?
day. I
Do you
don't, I
love it?
mean,
Or
I'm,
sometimes you're like, I don't know what to say.
oh, I love it. I
Aw.
love it. I could not love anything more than seeing one of my babies pop up on my phone. I'm just, to be a mom is the greatest calling and the best blessing in the entire world. And for a while there, we were estranged. And that's another thing that you're going to sort of follow this season is kind
Mhm.
of why Olivia and I and my other daughter Taylor became estranged, and to just be back full circle together as best friends like I was with my mom before she passed is everything to me. Like my heart is full. Like I need nothing else. I'm done.
That's great. It's a built-in best friend. My mom, my sister, and I always say, like, we're built-in best friends. Like, we can't shake each other, even if we tried. So,
So that is so true. My kids and my
yeah,
sister are now my best friends. It's so true.
that is so special. Did they ever call you after an episode premieres or you have a cabaret show and they're like, all right, mom, girl, these are my thoughts?
Oh, every time. Yeah, every time I get notes, every time. Every time. In fact, they've been to a lot of my watch parties. So I throw watch parties. Like when the season starts to drop, I throw
Yeah.
watch parties every week. And it's it's a lot because, the episodes where Olivia and I have been in together, especially the hard ones, we scream when we come on the screen, and then we watch it and there's sometimes tears and we hug afterwards, and it's just whew, it's a lot, but it's like I said,
Yeah.
it's my heart is so full and happy and all is right with the world because there's nothing more important than your relationship with your kids and your parents.
1,000%. I love that you do watch parties, by the way. I feel like that's a fourth wall that people don't break a lot. That, like, you watch the episodes as well, unless you're West and Amanda, who allegedly have never seen an episode of Summer House ever.
What? There's no way. There's no
They
way.
they said they didn't watch any of the season, allegedly. They were like, we haven't seen it. We lived it. I was like,
Well,
okay.
well, maybe that's the truth. I mean, maybe that's good for them. I don't know. That's probably a healthy thing.
Probably, especially if you're in the situation of like West and Amanda right now,
Right.
the whole love triangle of that. Do you ever find yourself in interviews or even just like out and about, just walking down the street and someone's like, so what do you think of West and Amanda or Tom Sandoval and someone else or like different Bravo stars? And you're like, I don't even actually know them.
Well, luckily I met all of them at BravoCon last year, so I at least
Oh,
know
okay,
who they are.
beautiful.
But yes, no, people want my take on. I mean, yes, especially when I'm in New York for some reason, I get stopped multiple times every block and often asked about different Bravo lebs. It's really fun, and it's just such a funny, yeah, it's a funny situation. And sometimes I don't know what to say. I'm like, I don't know about West and Amanda. So I still don't know about West and Amanda. So they're in a love triangle, I hear you said.
They're so funny. I actually just saw a clip of you last week, maybe a couple days ago, where someone stopped you in New York and they were like, what's a high body count? And you were like,
Oh
okay, are we
yeah.
talking about Utah or are we talking about
Yeah.
like the rest of the country? It's like, this is so cute.
No, for real, for real. No, I need to get caught up on Summer House. I hear it was great. And West and I, we met at BravoCon and we were joking around on stage. We were in the same panel, and I mean, they weren't dating and I was single at the same time. So we were joking about him getting my number, and it was really funny. He's so funny. And then I did a TikTok where I'm singing Baby, Where the Hell's My Husband? Baby, baby, it was so
Yes.
funny. He is such a hoot. And Tom Sandoval and I hit it off too, just as friends. It was just so fun. They're both really
Oh my
great
gosh.
guys.
Okay, Brittany, I'm going to be calling you if like 3 years down the road, all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm in love with Tom Sandoval.
Well, it was funny because he was carrying around the doll and I was carrying around the unicorn. And we, you know what I mean? Like
Come
we
on.
instantly
Yeah.
connected on that.
And like knowing you from this interview and what I've seen of you on social media and on TV, I cannot see like a Bravo villain coming up to you and you being mean. I just feel like you would hug them, be like, "Oh my God, everything's okay." Like
Oh,
it's a safe space.
I would totally hug them. Everything's a shade of gray. I mean, really, like, even the villains have good sides too. They deserve a
It's
hug
so
too.
true. It's so true. Um, Anyone who did not get this from the interview but needs a nice little reminder, August 30th, 31st, September 2nd at 54 Below, you can go and see my girl Britani Bateman's cabaret show. You can hear What About Me. You're going to want to go get those tickets ASAP. And you're going to want to listen to Britney's new pop single, What About
Yep.
Me. Anything else you
Look
want
it
my
up.
listeners to know, to look out for?
That's it. I just want to see everyone at 54 Below. All three shows are gonna sell out. So get your tickets now. I can't wait to see everyone and give everyone a hug and sing along and laugh and just spend a great night together.
I absolutely can't wait. I have to see you
Oh,
in person.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I might bring you up on stage. So we'll talk.
Oh,
We'll talk.
okay. I'm into it. I never say no to a good time, Britani, and it gets me in a lot of trouble. So
Me too. Me too.
thank you so much for being on the show today. And thank you to all of my listeners who are just loyal and kind and loving. And please slide in the DMs. Never be a stranger. Go rate, subscribe to the show. And I will see you all next week.